And we're live. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Get Off My Lawn, a show about pop culture and collecting from a mature perspective. I'm Jedi Johnson 22, and I'm joined as always by the great Dom Tober and by the sensible Stick Boy 73. I always say Stick Boy, Styx Boy 73.
Styx.
Tonight we're discussing why so many optioned indie comics never make it to our local cinemas or our TV screens. And along the way, we're going to open up some packages, show off some PC, go over some recent pop culture news, ask some trivia questions, and see some eBay sales. My God. So let's get it going as soon as I find the button to push.
Never a big thing.
Oh my goodness. All right. We're already starting off. Well, I think we're starting off better than we did last week.
Oh,
if that's anything. If that says anything.
Listen, Get Off My Lawn is actually rubbing off on me because I'm hurting so much. My shoulders.
Yeah, Dom is taking this title to heart, man. He really is. He's getting cranky, and man, our pre-show discussions are just. We have to tell him to take a shot or something before the show. Calm him down.
Something, man.
Yeah.
I need to drink that.
How's everybody's week been? Mine's been same old, same old. Styx, what's up?
My week has been copacetic. Nothing really happened and nothing really went wrong, so it's a good one.
Dom, how's the weather in New York?
Oh, the weather has actually been.
How was your subway rides today?
Oh, well, actually, it's been pretty. No, the weather's been pretty good. I can admit that the nighttime it's cool, and it's not as warm in the day, which is awesome. I love this weather. It could stay for the rest of the year, but the subway rides are another thing. You know, one day you got to protest. I don't want to let people out of their train. Another day, you have a rat running the tracks. Make it a fire.
You got a rat. Like I say, you got a rat driving the train. It's like
you got rats
running on the streets of
and homeless people
the
sleeping
streets
all
of New
over.
York City.
It's all good. New York.
Just another day in New York, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know it rained here in Hawaii, so we're all pretty upset. But other than that, everything's pretty good here. Pretty good. All right, let's say hello to some folks in the chat. AOA, I think he may be the first this week. I don't know.
Yes.
First one I see. Things are never lost to you. You are lost to them. If you ever need a thing that has lost you, simply stop hiding from it. That's by I don't know if that's wise or not, but anyway, Shannon Hale. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. I'll try to implement that into my daily life.
Write that in the book.
Let's go. Let's see what wise words Ed says. If your milkshakes weren't so good, you wouldn't have to yell, "Get off my lawn." But we can't help it. Our milkshakes, I don't even know the lyrics. Dom, go ahead.
Milkshakes bring boys to the yard. Bring the girls to the yard.
Bring your toys to the yard, yeah.
The toys to the yard.
Toys to the yard. Hey, that's good.
Put your adjective in there. Whatever adjective.
Work that into the intro somehow. GT Comics. Thanks for joining us again. GT is always seems like he's always in the watching us live, and we
Thanks
do
for stopping,
appreciate
GT.
it. So waving back at you and a thumbs up. And Jeffrey, hello all. Hello back, Jeffrey. Looking forward to some stimulating conversation from Jeffrey Drake today. All right, so Dom is going to open up a package. We'll see if some more folks start showing themselves in the chat. But
all right, let's do this.
What you got, Dom?
Let's see what we got here. I got a couple of packages that dropped in today, which is really cool. You know what? I had a box from last week that I get a chance to open. We're going to open it today. Entertainment Earth. Take a wild guess what it possibly would be.
Well, it's not a graded comic because Entertainment Earth, as of yet, does not deal in graded comics, but it is a.
Not really.
It's always good to say Boba Fett.
Actually, it's not Boba Fett.
Fett. Says Boba Fett.
I'm gonna say it's some kind of one of the reaction figures.
Reaction figures.
Justin, you are a fellow geezer, and we appreciate you.
All right, you think the reaction? All right, what do you think, Jedi?
What form of Boba Fett, though? That's always the question.
Well, it's not Boba Fett. It's not Boba Fett.
It's not Boba Fett.
Nope.
Mm.
Well, then I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna hide what it is.
Oh.
I got 3 of them.
Is it one of your top 3? So it's not Boba Fett. Is it
Some kind of soda?
or is it Soundwave?
Nope.
What's going on?
Who's the
All right,
other
listen.
one? Who's the G.I.
It's a
Joe?
Funko Pop.
I don't know.
It's a Funko Pop.
Oh, it is a Funko. Man, it's a big
Yeah.
box for Funko Pop.
Well, it's 3 of them in the box.
Oh, okay. Are they all the same?
Yes,
Of course they are.
of course. You know you have to, because you got to make sure you get one that's mint. You know. And I wasn't. I wasn't gonna get it,
as they
but
bang around against each other in the box, there's going to be one that survives the
Actually,
battle
it was
royale.
put in a little
Oh.
bubble wrap, which is
Oh
good.
well, they should be
They
minty.
gave it a hospital gown, hey?
Yeah, it did. So
Same thing.
basically, it's a 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. You know, and they had their Entertainment Earth had their exclusive that I had to get. The holographic Luke.
Oh.
Is it just me, or does that look bigger? Are you just holding it closer to the camera?
Over closer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So holographic Luke. It's when he was in the Jabba's palace. I'll give these 2 droids.
Dom, how not?
What?
You said you were cutting back except for Boba Fett. Am I right, viewers? Am I right or am I right? Is that not what he said? That is not Boba Fett.
Dom says a lot of things.
I gotta go for one more. So you know what? It is what it is.
You know what? Screw you, Jedi. I'll do what I want to do. My money.
That's it.
You're my real dad.
You're the boss of me. All right.
Nah, but
All right.
I was gonna get him, but the fact is that it's holographic. The holographic pieces are usually cool, you know.
I usually get the holographic ones too, so I'm not
And
gonna
it's Luke.
Okay.
right on too bad.
And I have all the Lukes, you know. You can't. Might as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
we got
Lay's.
a lot of
You know.
collectibles to go over. That's going to be later in the show. But first of
Like-
all, we're going to get started with Styx weekly news. So what do you got?
There we go.
Here
This
No
is-
intros. No intros until I get a good solid copy. We may be getting a new logo, folks. By the way, that's
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to remain tight-lipped on that until we
Yes.
actually get it. But it's in the works, hopefully.
Right, there you go. Yeah. So let me turn this off because you can't hear that. This week, Disney announced that they're going to be taking some stuff off of Disney Plus and Hulu. Why the Last Man? The Willow show that just ended not too long ago is coming off. So the Mighty Ducks, a couple of shows I never even heard of. So there's some National Geographic stuff coming off. Now they're putting it all apparently to a digital sell-through platform, which means like YouTube and things like that, where you can go in and buy the property instead of just going to Disney and watching it for free if you have it. So
I was going to say people
They're trying to make money
for
off of
free,
it.
but they think they're going to like paying for it. I
I
mean, there's a reason that they got.
But see, I don't
Yanks,
understand why they're taking these shows off, because you want to have content. You know what I'm saying? Disney still doesn't have a lot of content on their platform.
Right. So all these shows are the script shows that they've put to Hulu or in Disney Plus. They aren't like movies or anything like that. And I guess the object is here to try and make money off of these programs. They don't feel like they're making money on the Disney Plus platform, so move it to some different platform where maybe someone who doesn't have Disney Plus will buy it and pay for it. Yeah,
All right.
maybe accidentally. I don't know. There's some. I mean, Willow aside. I mean, Willow.
We gotta-
was great, but
We got to wait for the viewers to finish reading that little.
You know,
what?
I'm giving Styx a hard time. You guys are lucky I'm not on SNS. I'd give Matt a hard time too, because you guys write like paragraphs for news. All right.
And I'm just taking these from the articles. I'm not writing anything. These are from the articles.
you know,
Give me shit.
it makes you think. It makes you think what their logic is. You know, Disney wise, when it comes to their platform, their programming, their Disney parks. You know,
Well, I think all this is coming from Bob Iger. So Iger is looking for ways to make money, and these shows
Look
have
at
already
the
been on here for a long enough time.
All right, fine, but
So.
you're looking to make money. How are you making money when you're not putting out decent quality shit? If you really think about it, you know, subpar stuff just to freaking fill in a gap, and then you get rid of stuff that's on the platform. It makes no sense.
As far as I'm concerned, Disney Plus isn't making them enough money to put any kind of movie into a theater.
It really does, Justin. It really does. That's why I'm still banned from the Sunday show, because I don't read fast enough.
Next week I'll start doing charades instead of
There you go.
words, or like pictograms or something.
I like your I like your title. You know, in the military, probably everywhere else, we got bluff, your BLUF, bottom line up front. That's what I like. Just give it.
But let me ask you a question. That they're going to combine everything together. Disney, Hulu, and ESPN are going to be one thing.
Yeah, I believe it's all going to be under one thing. I think it's all going to be Disney Plus, but where you'll have a tab to hit onto Hulu and a tab to hit onto ESPN. So,
all right, just next. That notification is custom. Hang on, just Lumpy from. Okay, well, hey, we're excited too. We're excited for you, Joe.
Lumpy, baby.
Lumpy's the man. All right. CW announced that they're going to be cutting a lot of shows, and of course they're cutting out all the superhero stuff. They had their time. They want to do different stuff for CW, and this is all coming from the new owners. WB no longer owns CW. It's owned by these schmoes, Miller and Schwartz.
So what is new stuff? What do they mean when they say new stuff?
They're going to do a lot of reality type stuff, and
God, I was afraid you were going to say that. Really?
Well, it's unfortunate, but because a lot of those reality shows aren't really scripted, they don't have to pay writers.
Yeah.
And right now during the strike, that's a buzzword, right? Writers.
So is this a temporary thing during the writer's strike, or is this like their?
No, I think this is something they want to continue doing even past the writer's strike.
Well, listen,
I think it's.
I'm sorry. The longer the writings, the strike goes, the worse television is going to get. It's going to get.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like what's going on, go back and watch The Jeffersons or Fred Sanford, or that's all really good comedy back then. Stuff that doesn't get pined enough.
Well, guess what? That stuff can never be played today because of
you'll never. Yeah, that kind of stuff would never be on TV.
The political landscape that's we're fighting now. Yeah. That's why. We'll never get shit like that again.
Yeah, so this is, and then I got a couple slides about CW. So in the next slide, CW canceled the Powerpuff Girls live action show. I guess they had a pilot done and it did very well anyway.
I like the way it says after a lengthy development that it's been canceled. So that and we're going to talk about this a little later because we're talking indie comics that get that go nowhere despite expectations. Same thing with this. I'm the same way on the Star Wars show. You guys will notice I get very quiet on the Star Wars show when they start talking about, hey, this so-and-so is writing a screenplay. So-and-so this is in development. I don't give a shit. Until I see a trailer or it's in front of me, I don't care because I don't buy anything that's in development anymore. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. So the buzzwords for these shows are optioned and in development, right? So if a show is optioned, it doesn't mean it's going to get made. But we'll get into all that.
Well, that's good because there is your Dr. Aphra right there, Chloe Bennett. That is your Dr. Aphra, and it better be her when Dr. Aphra comes to the TV.
How old is she going to be when Dr. Aphra finally starts? In her
30s and 40s. Because think about it, she was
Dr. Aphra's like in her early 20s, right? How old is she?
In her early 20s. She was in her early 20s and maybe teens in the New Hope, and then now
that's fine.
It's past the New Hope going to. She's like 20.
Oh, you're talking about we're not going to get a Dr. Aphra like from the comic era. You're talking about post Return of the Jedi, Doctor.
Yeah, after Return of the Jedi, you get the Mandoverse. Right. That's the other time you're going to get her.
I'm good.
She'll be in her 30s.
I'm good with that. I'm on board.
Yep.
So they canceled a lot of the shows that were either in development or they just wanted to do this. Now, I don't know if you've ever watched this show. I've watched this show.
You like it? I started watching it. I was going to watch it because I thought it was like about bugs or something. And I started reading about it, and I'm like, I don't care about this.
This is a really good show, and I'm glad they picked it up. So they pick up this Swarm. It's I'm going to get this wrong, but I believe it's German produced.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different show. Maybe I'm thinking of Swarm instead of The Swarm.
This is
Isn't there a show on Amazon or something called Swarm? I'm thinking of a different show. Never mind.
Yeah, The Swarm. I don't know. There's one that's on. It's on their app. If you have the CW app, I think you can watch it on their app. It's on one of the apps. Maybe it's not CW, but wherever I saw it, I liked it. And it, I've seen a lot of programs. Even Disney's been doing this, where they pick up like Swedish and German or whatever programs, and they put it on Disney Plus and just dub English into it. And I like them. I don't like the dubbing. I don't like the dubbing. Some of it reminds me of Godzilla, but where it's just off balance a little bit. But if you see this coming on, give it a chance.
I'm very weird when it comes to dubbing. This is just, I don't know why I'm like this, but if I'm watching an Asian show and they're dubbing, I'm fine. If I'm watching like some show in Europe where they're dubbing, I don't like it. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out.
It is hard to follow sometimes. And sometimes it just doesn't match up. But they've gotten better over the years. So if you see this somewhere, I'll try to find a link for it so you guys can watch it. Give it a try. I think you'll like it.
I started watching I started watching that Jury Duty show everybody's been talking about.
Oh, Jury Duty.
It's funny. It's pretty cool.
I got these 2 episodes. That's going to be a show I take in small doses, I think, because it's just silly.
It's funny. James Masters is funny in it. He goes,
yeah. There's some funny moments. There's some funny moments, but it's a very small dose, a little bit at a time for me for that show.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it yet, so I'll give it a chance, I guess. Harrison Ford talked about his retirement recently, and he's looking forward to not having to get in front of a camera anymore. And so in this article, there was a reporter there that talked to him about, I guess there's a moment in the new Indiana Jones movie where he doesn't have a shirt on. He says, "You still look good at 80." And he thanked her. But here I gave a couple of indications. Here's the black and white one.
Looking good at 80 look like? That's what I want to know.
Well, the bottom one there is from his last movie, the one with the dog.
The dog. All right.
Yeah. So
no rocks. That's for sure.
The black and white one was him in just before Star Wars, and the top one is from A Temple of Doom. He kept himself in shape. There's no doubt. And at 80, he probably still goes to the gym.
Knock on wood. I want to have my body look like that when I'm 80 years old. I want to
live exactly.
90 years old, hopefully.
Should we be so lucky to make it that long? I want to look like Harrison. Fit.
Too much reading on tunnel vision. I have a feeling. Winchester's got canceled too. The Winchesters, they got canceled.
And the Winchesters show got canceled as well. Yeah. I think there's a campaign now to try and save it, but that only works once. Futurama's back. Good news, everyone.
Woo, new episodes. Yay.
So, Hulu picked up Futurama for its 11th season or 8th, depending on how you want to do it. There's a couple movies in there. So they dropped the date. It'll be premiering on July 24th. 10 episodes, and then another 10 episodes at another break in February. Or not February. November. I love Futurama. I've loved it ever since it came out in 1999. Really great comedy. Right, obviously, developed it and created it. So the trailer came out.
You got to hang in there. You got your internet's got to hang in there, Styx, because me and Dom don't know anything about the news. You got to have to hang in there, buddy.
You're going in and out.
Yeah, you're dragging. You're buffering or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Futurama is one of those shows that I don't set my schedule by. I mean, nowadays you don't have to. You can DVR or stream it or whatever. But it's never been a show that I set my schedule by or that I record. But if I'm channel surfing and I come across it, I'll usually stay with it. It's just one of those type of shows for me.
Yep. Cosmic One knows what he likes. Right up there with Doctor Who S tier. Excellent. Yeah. You're number one book right now. So, you guys gonna be watching this? Don, do you follow Futurama?
Oh, we're still on Futurama.
Well, I just wanted to ask Don because I didn't hear him say anything.
Futurama. I watched the old ones. I don't know if the new ones are gonna rack up to what the old ones used to be. Like The Simpsons has changed too. Because the Disney treatment.
And the one,
a lot of the stuff that they use, the humor, they can't have, they don't have it anymore like they did. It kind of blows.
It's difficult. I mean, when Comedy Central took it over a couple years back for the first reboot of it, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't as clicky as the originally was, but it'll probably be more the same.
What year is it? I forget. Whoa. All right.
What do we got here? So these I just threw in. John Wick passes 1 billion globally. Recently passed over to make 1 billion and 11,000 at the theater. And then Fast X is out this weekend. Previews.
That's what's up.
Topped at
I was trying to think what opened
million.
this weekend.
Yeah.
So Fast X opens this weekend.
I won't be.
This is not one I'm going to rush out to see.
Well, it's funny.
I don't think I've seen the last 2 or 3, to be honest.
Well, this is
I definitely have not.
3-episode trilogy. The last episode, the last 10 is going to be 10 part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Yeah.
And what's
I don't know.
All right.
What is Vin Diesel going to say at the end of the franchise? Goes,
it's all about family.
Family.
All about familia. If he was Italian. Not familia.
There you go. For me.
All right. I might have added a slide. I did add a slide. I don't know if it's up next or not because Dom sent it to me. Oh, no, it's not this one. We're getting there.
All right. So the Disney announced today or yesterday that the Galactic Star Cruiser would be shuttering its doors in September. A small moment of silence for this.
They don't deserve it. Silence. I'm going to tell you why.
That was being sarcastic.
No, figure Disney's greed. That's one. Disney's greed, and the bullshit sequel trilogy freaking goddamn theme.
No,
listen, please. Let me speak about this crap. That let people afford this. That go there. The prices you're charging for 2 nights, you can go to a freaking country, an exotic country somewhere around the world, and have a 2 weeks vacation and spend money and enjoy the entire 2 weeks for what you got to spend in freaking Florida. Yeah, listen, Disney's a greedy bunch of freaking pricks. I'm sorry, but also the sequel trilogy theme crap.
Yep, that's a good one.
Put the goddamn original trilogy theme in it and watch it sell. Drop the prices down and watch people come. That's all they have to do. They don't have to shut it down. They're just too greedy and they don't know and like I said, they have no clue what the hell to do with the Star Wars property. Sell it. Get rid of it if you can't do it right. There you go.
All right.
I'm afraid to say anything because Dom. I think this is kind of textbook of jumping into a project or launching a project without having any sort of long-term plan. They opened this thing up way too quickly, it seems like. Right out of the gate, patrons were saying there's no expectations were high, but yet when you get there, it's like, okay. There's Star Wars
Yeah.
shit on the wall. Okay, that's great. I don't think it was ever as advertised. Maybe.
I'm far from being a big Star Wars.
So
I don't know about
don't
that.
think they knew what they were doing from the beginning with this thing.
They're just greedy. They're greedy
Yeah.
bunch of freaking corporate pricks. That
Yeah,
listen,
I never went. I don't know how the product was. It was definitely overpriced. This is, and I'll tell you the reason why they're shuttering it, because this is one of those Bob Chapek mine projects that he thought by charging $4,800 to $6,000 to people for coming to a hotel that you can't get any sleep in, would be a good idea to how to raise money. So the only thing I'll say is if you can't make it affordable for everybody, don't make it at all.
but I don't understand why they can't make it
It was
affordable for
definitely
everybody.
expensive.
They'll still make money if they made it affordable for everybody. They'll be able to keep this afloat.
I agree, but they didn't do it here. All the other hotel and type stuff like the Nickelodeon and SpongeBob places, they're pretty affordable, or relatively. I mean, you could still do them if you want to. This you couldn't if you wanted to.
All right.
You had to have other people go in with you. All right. Art news. The Supreme Court ruled against Andy Warhol's foundation. Andy Warhol has been dead since 1987, but his family lives on, and they're trying to get more money. They were sued. They were suing for the right to use these photographs that this woman had taken in '83 for Warhol, and they had changed it up for the head here. Where you see this is Prince. This is the art that they made, or Andy had made, and they were saying that they own the rights to this photograph because Andy was the one that changed it up and did all the work on it, when really the artist was the photographer who took the picture. All Andy did was Photoshop it. So they ruled against them and said that they don't have a right to claim ownership of the pictures. So they couldn't.
So did this have anything to do with the copyright of Prince's image at all?
So no, not really.
The right to use his image or what?
No, it wasn't the image. The image, I don't think the issue here was the image. The issue was that the ownership of the photo was to the photographer and not to Warhol, and that his estate was trying to say that he owned the image and she didn't, and that's where it kind of went.
I'll be honest. This was the headline kind of. I was a victim of the headline on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you explained it to me, because I was thinking it had something to do with using Prince's image, which really got me to thinking. All right, and I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent, not really, because maybe it's perfectly fine. I was watching, surprise, surprise, I was watching a YouTube stream. I'm sorry, a Whatnot stream earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those streams. I'm just going to straight out say it's one of those streams that lure you in with these provocative little thumbnails, right? So I'm like, all right, let me click in here and see what this is all about. So I clicked in there, and they were selling comic books with cover art. Who knows what was in the comics? I don't know. Could have been blank pages. But they were selling comic books with likenesses of Ahsoka.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, the naked pictures.
But they were like I mean, they were some of these. It was art. It wasn't photos. It was artist renditions of her in the nude.
Yeah, they were
about completely
models.
nude
Models
and
that pose.
I was like, wow, they can get away with this. Like Star Wars, Disney is letting them get away with this, because it was clearly Ahsoka.
No, I
And
have
then,
it is. I have the
as I continued to watch, Dom, purely for research, purely for research purposes,
Research
I
purposes
continued to
only.
watch, and they had one with Wednesday, the actress Jenna Ortega, her face on this like porn star body, completely naked, but in the face, even though it looked, there was no mistaking. This was Jenna. It was Jenna Ortega, and I'm just like, how the fuck do they get away with this? I don't understand how they get away with this, because it's like,
yeah,
get away with it.
There's a fine line.
Copyright. I mean, it just seemed way off to me.
You see those books? Those books. There's a bunch of those books. I have some, and I have
like Pharaoh's Lounge and stuff like that.
I have a Boba Fett one. I have.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they were offended.
Hey, listen, I don't mind that. I'll buy all those books. I don't care. Old man perv.
Yeah. So those copyrights.
I'm still waiting for them to get back to me about my car insurance. AOA. They haven't got back to me about my warranty yet.
Card.
So there's a fine line in that kind of copyright. I mean, you can say that it's a likeness and not an exact, because we've never seen Ahsoka naked, with our eyes open. So I don't know.
It worked most of the time, Ed. Most of the time it worked.
It
just as I watched this, I was like, really? How are they getting away with this? Anyway, we won't beat that.
Jedi is willing to go above and beyond for
I'm willing to
for this
continue
program.
my research efforts until we get to the bottom of it. All right, Dom sent me this,
Yes.
and I thought I'd work it into the news instead of just having its own slide. So we got the guest, at least for now, for New York Comic-Con 2023.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Dom.
Yep.
We got Ian McGregor and Chris Evans. Looks like they're headlining, Dom.
So Chris Evans and Ewan McGregor are headliners and that are going to be there. It probably be more. It's going to change. This is just a rough draft of what possibly can be there. And how many did you get, Jedi?
I didn't get any. I was scared to get them, man. I thought it was a trap.
You know what's cool about this? You can rest assured that either Chris Evans or Ewan McGregor are going to probably wear a mask and walk around in the crowd like a lot of the celebrities do year in and year out. They'll dress up and they'll walk in the crowd and they'll walk by people and people have no clue it's them. So, yes, she wasn't nude in plenty of movies.
That's kind of like that guy in Jury Duty. That I don't even know his name. Like nobody knows who he is. He's like trying to. Anyway.
But so apparently this is a potential lineup, which is really good if you're into autographs and you definitely want to see some celebrities. They got a
John Carpenter. Wow.
Hey, Tim Curry. He's still doing shows, and meanwhile he had a stroke and he's in a wheelchair and he's like,
Yeah.
Ron Perlman. I'd kind of like to meet Ron Perlman. I just want to know if he is. He looks like he's a dick. I don't know.
I was at a convention, so my wife got one of the actors' autographs from Sundaviki. What's his face? He played Shades in Luke Cage. Shades, the actor. But anyway, make a long story short, he got his autograph, and we watched Ron Perlman on stage, and he does have that dick look where he's like.
He looks. I mean, he may be a sweet guy. He just has this kind of like my wife tells me the like resting bitch face or whatever the hell that's called. My wife tells me I have that. So maybe
the resting dick face.
Same affliction. Who else we got? Who do you guys most want to see off here? I mean, take off the top two because they're kind of like.
Yeah.
When I first saw Sting down there in the tiny print, I was like, Sting, really? And I was like, oh, the wrestler. Okay.
Yeah.
Sting, he's fallen.
If you get the if Funko Pop's autographed by a couple of the voice actors from the Clone Wars, you have Katie Stackhoff going to be there, Matthew Mull. You have Ashley Eckstein. You have a whole bunch of people that are going to be there. So
Jeannie Frenson, I'd like to get her autograph.
I would go and get an autograph from Katie, and I would get a shirt that says one of Katie Stackhoff's 2%.
Nah, don't do it. I heard that she
no
doesn't.
She said it.
Like that. Yeah, she said it, but
she said it.
She didn't think it's gonna like people do that. I think she gets offended by the fact if you go up there and you say 2%. Because I'm going to see her in February. I'm going to see her not February in June.
All right. Duly noted.
So I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm just going to say
a lot of good comics. Looks like there's a lot of good writers and stuff there. Artists looks like so.
Yeah, they usually have a good crew for their artists.
Yeah. It's funny. They talk about the New York City Comic Con. Meanwhile, San Diego Con didn't even come yet. and that's why.
Have they announced anybody for that yet?
Nothing yet. There's no Funko Pop reveals yet. Nothing yet. Probably
Coming
next
up in
month.
July, isn't it?
Or next month. Next month they'll start showing some reveals on what Funko.
You going to San Diego Comic-Con, Don? You traveling
no, I'm not going to San
across
Diego.
Conus?
I'll tell you what. You know, so apparently Sideshow is not going to be part of the San Diego Con this year. They're making their own con. So
yeah, I got that in the slides. We're going to talk about that.
So
all right, so I'll do a quick show off. I don't have anything to open really because I don't wait till the show. I can't wait till the show comes on to open stuff like Dom. I got to open it, but I do have a couple of things. Surprise! This is Mike Mayhew, but it's Mike Mayhew Mandalorian.
Oh, that's cool.
With the remark of Mando, pretty cool. 9.8.
Nice.
And some folks might remember a couple months ago, I did what they call the tester. Remember that? I did the tester and it came back a 9.4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is before I got the 9.4 back. I had already bought another tester and had them grade it. And this one did a lot better. This one came back a 9.8.
Oh, cool.
Oh, there you go. I like that one.
Yeah, it's kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Dual signed, actually. They said it's signed twice because it's signed here, and I guess they're counting that as a signature too.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't know why I like those. I'm weird. And of course, we joined the nation and certainly football fans. I guess Jim Brown passed away today. I heard.
Yes.
Condolences to his family. He was also obviously a Hall of Famer, meant a lot to the NFL, and very, very much a man of characters. From what I've never met him, but it seemed like he's very much a man of character. He's an activist for equal rights and all that. So we appreciate the work he did while he was with us here on this earth. So I just thought this isn't new, but I thought I'd show off. This is from my PC.
I like that
rookie card.
Yeah. Jim Brown was a local hero here. He went to Syracuse University, which is just down the road from me. It was a big blow for our community because he did a lot of stuff here, charity-wise, and of course he did stuff in Cleveland, and I'm sure he did wherever he lives.
Also,
I think he lives in San Diego.
Superstar Billy Graham passed away too. So, wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, he was 81.
I'll be honest, I thought he died a long time ago. Not to be mean, but I did think.
You know what? Hey, listen.
A little balance to this.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Think about it. Back in the day, there was a little different requirement that men had back then. I'm not going to talk about that, but in no way, shape, or form, you should lay a hand on a woman.
Yeah.
No, never.
He did time. He did 5 years. So
I don't know. When people pass away, you try to remember the good things and kind of let their bad stuff kind of they're gone now. So we could say some bad stuff about a lot of greats, I guess, but that it passed on. But we'll just remember him for he was an icon. I mean, obviously he did a lot for the NFL, and like I said, did a lot when he was here with us. So good and some bad. So we're still talking about Jim Brown. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to start talking about what the thumbnail said we were going to talk about, and that is we're going to spend a pretty fair amount of time talking about indie comics now. So we're going to talk about some of our favorites that we wish had made it across the finish line and made it on our screens. We're going to talk about some fan favorites that didn't quite make it, some that are kind of still have a shot maybe of making it. We don't know. But Styx is going to kick us off with another short essay. Here you go, Styx.
So independent comics, just to kind of go through. So right now, I'll just kind of mishmash through here. Independent comics are now the Marvel and DC of the TV and movie industry, where the producers are going in and trying to find books and stories that they can use to pine for movies and maybe a TV show. This is just a couple examples of the Valiant, which didn't do very well, so I'm hearing from them. But
we're gonna auto tune this, Dom.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a little beat to this. We're gonna auto tune Styx, because every time he starts talking, he goes, we lose him. Hey, Styx. You with us?
In a second, I'll switch over to my phone. Artists and artisans, 2 years ago, were bought out by Gauche. All right. Maybe I'll go ahead and take a moment. This is what it is.
Oh, God, I gotta drink.
I'm going to switch over to something different. Hold on. I'll be back.
All right. All right. Well, while Styx is doing that, we'll go ahead and continue on. I did come up with a couple of questions. I'll leave his. I will leave his slide in the slide deck.
I knew Styx was an AI, and then Joe says
a Cylon. Remember that? You remember in the Will Ferrell movie? I don't know. Hopefully, you guys knew my Will Ferrell movie when they find the crystal in the Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Do you believe?
Oh, I like that one.
All right, Randy, settle down, Jedi. Good God. All right, I'll bring up a couple of questions. So this is some of the stuff we're going to be looking at and maybe kind of thinking about as we go through some of these comics. So we'll start off with the first question. So a lot of these image comics or indie comics. A lot of them are the creators maintain ownership, or at least a degree, I guess, maybe if it's not complete ownership, they maintain a degree of ownership. So is that ownership in the source material, is that hindering production? And when I say production, I mean getting them across the finish line, because I think we're gonna talk about maybe a couple of instances where it did kind of stop things in their tracks. And then another question is, okay, and this is kind of maybe a question. Do you think it's better because some of these optioned comics, when they indie comics, some of them there's not a whole lot of material. They get optioned like that, it seems like, right?
Just like the name.
Not a whole lot of material. So is it better not to have a whole lot of material when they start development, or is it better when there's they already have 70 issues in the bank, so you have a lot of source material?
Well, you see, like Joe was saying, Netflix has a contract with Mahler. He has a whole the Mahlerverse, so he has a whole big superhero line. Sometimes like something killing the children, for something like that. The name was a big thing. Something killing the children. People fringe upon the name. Something's killing the children, to have a name like that. But it's just the idea of something that is really cool. What hasn't been made, if you really think about it? All these independent books are basically somewhat close to if it's a superhero book, basically the superheroes, the powers and the person's abilities are just like a Marvel or DC character. What makes that different compared? The only difference between the independent books and the big boys is the big boys, that they have a backing by these big corporations. The indie books, to find certain individuals to back certain projects. That's the issue. Look at the look at the Spawn. We had the Spawn movie that came out a long time ago, but look how long it took for Spawn, the new Spawn, to be coming out with Jamie Foxx. That has taken a long time. So
that's dead, isn't it? I didn't even know that was
dead.
Still happening.
McFarlane was going to write it, and they said no, you can't write it. So
yeah, and that kind of goes back to my first question. are these guys, because you have people like McFarlane and what's the other guy's name? I can't think of his name now. I'll think of it in a minute. Who really want a lot of creative control over the transition from page to screen, right?
If you think about it,
but you have some people, it seems like, and I don't know this, I've never met the man or asked him the question. It seems like you have people like Robert Kirkland, right?
Kirkman, yeah.
It seems like he doesn't care. I mean, look what he did. He pretty much turned Walking Dead over to AMC, and was just like, do what you want with it.
But there's probably hidden things that he got. He probably gets residuals through that.
Oh yeah. He's still getting paid, but he doesn't care about the.
It's different. McFarlane wants the George Lucas treatment. The George Lucas treatment, 90% of the profits on merchandise. If you think about it, you get 90% of the merchandise profits to the 10% of the company that picks up the right. You know what I'm saying, of things. That's what McFarlane wants. So give or take, some creators don't care that the people who are taking over are going to do what they have to do, and then some people who really want to keep their creative influences and rights to the project so they don't get kicked out to the curb. Because, like, look at the problems back in the day. I'll go back to Star Wars again, because 20th Century Fox owned the rights to the original release of the Star Wars. Disney could not get the rights to that because it was a Fox property. Until they bought Fox, they were able to get the 20th Century Fox versions of Star Wars. Now go figure. George Lucas owned Star Wars, but Fox had the rights to show the original movies on their platform. So Disney could not get those rights. So it's a
Styx is down there waiting on me to let him back in.
Oh, there you go.
Were you waiting on me to let you in? I thought you could get in by yourself.
I can on my phone. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just to rehash, Styx, we'll get your opinion.
Apologize.
That's all right. So we were just talking about, do we think a lot of times it's the creator's ownership and the control they want to maintain over their intellectual property that prevents these things from getting across the finish line through production to release?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, the creator sold to a distributor really don't have much of a say in it. So let's take like Last Airbender, not the M. Night Shyamalan one, but the cartoon one, right? So Netflix wanted to do the Last Airbender show, and they wanted to do all the writing and producing, but Netflix didn't want them to do it, or they didn't like what they were doing. So they left the project and Netflix moved on without them, right? So a lot of times that's what happens with these projects, and it's not always for the better, right? So these creators know their characters and the situations that they've created for them. And it's too bad if they do leave the project, but they sign away the rights to get that made by whatever company. That's what you kind of deal with.
All right, and our next question that we were talking about before you hop back on was, do you think it's more beneficial to the movie or series production if there is a little bit of source material, or if there's already like 75 issues of source material? Which one do you think is better for a production of a comic? Because basically, if there's a little source material, you're basically just selling the studio the idea, and they're running with it. They're doing all the right.
So, like, I'll say doing a.
Here comes the sideline again.
Game of Thrones. Am I cutting out again? God damn.
Yep.
If you're doing a book, you got more pages to work with. You got more story to work with. Like Stephen King, and they have like 700 or 800 pages of writing that you can go through. Where a comic book, you're only getting like 34 pages per movie.
Yeah.
Yep. So the more you can have in a series, the better it's going to be, because you'll have more to work with. Otherwise, you're just kind of flying off at the cuff and not making it up as you go along.
Do you think the writer's strike will help push more indie comics through the production process? That they're going to rely more on that source material instead of the writers? We've already heard some things about this, right? There's already been a couple of.
No,
I forgot what it was.
You got a writer to adapt to screenplay or a television program, right? They can't just take it from the book and put it to screen. They have to actually make a screenplay for it. So you still need a writer or a team of writers to do it. So that's not going to push them in any way. Now it might make them get optioned more. You know, if you have a series that's got a lot of books, and they say, "Oh, we'll option it because we know we can get it going quicker once the strike is done." But I don't. It's not gonna affect it in any way as far as the writer's concerned, because you still need a writer.
Right. Are fans a reason more indie comics don't make it all the way through production? Are we too fickle? Are we too quick to move on to the next shiny object? So the studios kind of move away from stuff too quickly because it doesn't seem like the interest is there anymore. Are we too finicky? What do you think?
You know, like I said, when it goes back to independent comics again, the characters, like with DC and Marvel, you have characters you gravitate towards. People like those characters. The other characters go. Independent comics are usually the characters for people to gravitate towards. You really have to enjoy the character. You really have to put a lot of effort to make a character in the independent circuit eye-catching and somebody that a character that you gravitate towards. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of independent books don't see the light of day in TV, because a lot of people they don't care.
You think that some studios are, in order to overcome like you were saying earlier, the kind of take the Amazon animated series what is the one that's real popular now? The Image, not Indestructibles.
Invincible.
Invincible. Yeah, Invincible. So do you think that because it's a superhero with, we got superheroes with powers, etc., all of which we've seen before, probably a lot of the dynamics we've seen before, but they're making it incredibly gory and incredibly adult. So that's to get them through that same-o stigma of superhero shows. Same with The Boys, right? Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and those books, Boys and Invincible, that's the way they were written too. They were extra in that. So yeah, I think that's a good pickup for them, because it's not cookie cutter in any way.
I like Sweet Tooth,
Superman
also,
or Batman.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was pretty good. Catch up on some of the stuff here.
I will say about I just want to chime in about fans, if I can, if my internet holds in. Fans go wrong when they fickle so much about the project, but maybe about what they're choosing for the project, or after the project is done. Hey, we didn't like this because that's not the way it happened in the book. Well,
exactly. And that's the problem.
Not everything that's going to be on screen is going to be exactly what happens in the book. Sometimes you have to change things up to, fit the show.
That's the problem, and that's the thing, that these movie studios want to change what the book was about, and then when they're making a lousy show, and people get frustrated with that.
It can work either in their favor or against them, because like Last of Us did it. They changed a bunch of stuff. They kept it kind of the same, and there's parts that were changed to fit what they were doing and how fast the story was moving along, and that's where that comes from. I mean, now John, I know you're probably talking about like what they do with Star Wars and these kind of shows where they don't exactly match up. and that happens too. I mean, it happens, and it sucks, and it does suck especially for fans. And Star Wars has such a bigger fan base than a lot of these indie stuff that you'll hear it more than.
Well, look, like the indie stuff, like there's not many indie books that a lot of people buy. Look, like I like Valiant, Valiant comics. I collected Valiant in the late 80s, early 90s. Exo Man of War. I would love to see that make the big screen. You have Conan the Barbarian in an Iron Man suit that's like Venom. So it's like those three characters combined to make a character, which is really cool. And it's hard because Bloodshot didn't do that well with Vin Diesel. So that kind of like backtracks the studio saying, you know what? If they're smart, make animated cartoons, make cartoons. Cartoons, people love animated stuff. So you get something for Netflix. Netflix is always willing to get cartoons,
So I stopped reading indies a while, probably a couple of years ago. And the next question is why I kind of stopped reading them. And the question is indie comic, or is the writing in indie comics, or you could say comics in general, too lazy for TV theater, mainly the endings? So it got to where every time I was true to a couple of comics all the way to the end. We're talking through like 30 or 40, sometimes 45 issues. And then the ending always, almost without exception, seemed rushed. It just seemed like they just capped it off because, I mean, we see it in TV shows too, that they just kind of rush the endings. It really pissed me off with a lot of Image comics. This is mainly Image is what I read. So do you think any of that has the quality of the writing, like you were saying, kind of doesn't transfer over to television?
Yeah, because that's and again, that's where where the script writers have to go in and they have to make their changes, right? So maybe the comic doesn't stick the landing, so you have to rewrite the whole. And if you're going to do a TV show, you're going to want it to go on from there anyway. You don't really want a ending anyway. If you get that far, if you're getting that far, say it's 35 issues, and you're getting your TV show gets all that way. I mean, you've done pretty good, so you want more. So you're hoping that the person who created it is creating more, or by that time to use.
Yeah,
right, let's jump into some of the comics because we're already at almost about an hour here. So let's jump into this. After this, we'll see if Styx or Don want to open up something else to show off. But
I don't have anything to open, so.
Okay, so we're gonna hop into this though and kind of keep rolling through this. So fan favorites, and there's a couple others we're going to talk about that I just didn't think to put in the slides. But we'll talk about a couple of the fan favorites of some that we all kind of thought, and some are still talked about that should be. We just can't figure out why these are not on our TVs already. All right, so the first one, Saga. This one comes up all the time. It comes up. And I threw in some, just because we like to do that here. I threw in some recent sales of Saga, the retailer variant there that's still selling pretty good. So, yeah, this is one that we talk about. That why hasn't this one made it? Surely it's been optioned, right? Surely it has been.
Oh, it has been.
I believe by Amazon.
I mean, it might have expired or something by now.
I just think that
could have.
I guess the rights, the way the story that they want to portray compared to the book may not resonate with the creators.
You think the comic is too mature?
Look, the stuff they're putting on TV today.
No, because they make the boys. That was
listen to me.
Mature.
The stuff they're putting on TV today that they're putting in regular TV for kids. They could put stuff like this on TV.
The budget would be too big for this, especially live action. You think the budget would have to be huge?
I don't think Saga is kid friendly, but
no, it's not kid friendly. I tell you one thing. No, I'm just saying that stuff that they're putting into kid-friendly stuff, and you know, you talk about things, you know, stuff like this shouldn't be a problem for adults. But a lot.
I read this all the way until they took the long hiatus, and then I stopped, and I haven't started again. But I liked it.
Oh,
I actually think that some of these books, independent books, resonate into animation better than live action. If you really and Saga, it goes both ways. I think this would be a good animated show, but it could also be a good live action show too as well.
No, I kind of agree with Joe. I think this would be a great show like they did with the I've already forgot the name of it again. The Amazons. Damn it! Somebody, I need
Paper
to
Girls?
think about it. No, not Paper Girls. The one I just couldn't think of the name of like 5 seconds ago. Not Indestructibles. They were
Invisible.
Invincibles. God Almighty, what am I drinking?
I don't know.
Yeah, so this would be kind of like that. I think definitely an adult animation. I agree with Joe on that. The next one gets talked about probably not as much, but this one was actually optioned. If memory serves, this is one where the creator's vision, he just wasn't willing to bend with what the production team wanted, and that is East of West. Remember, this was one that was going to get option, or was going to go into development. Everybody was all excited.
Yep.
I think they started doing the writing for it, and what's his name? I can't think of it. Hickman. He was just too. I don't want to say he's too difficult, because he probably just wanted it to be more with his vision, but they just couldn't see eye to eye, and this thing just kind of died on the vine.
Yeah.
As you can see, and this thing, as far as the sales go, this thing was printed out the wazoo. They're like, I don't know how many prints this thing had. A hell of a lot of copies out there. I would say if you want to maybe buy some copies and just hope, first surely don't overpay for it. And I would go with the retailer incentive or one of the Forbidden Planet or Ghost variants. Maybe I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd even buy the alpha. The A copy. I'm sorry. A
get the Image dollar first ones.
Yeah, if there's an Image dollar one, right?
This is all the ones my app had that showed when I pull it up on my little app. Was that there's a Ghost variant, a first, second, and third, fourth printing, and then the Forbidden Planet and the Retailer Summit variant.
Yeah, the image first ones would be under a different. They'd be under Image first.
Oh, you're talking about first Image, or yeah. Those are like reprints, all right?
Yeah, those are reprints.
Yeah.
But they're only like $1 to $5.
I mean, you could probably find East of West in dollar bins. I mean, there's just so many of them out there. But back to I think this one was a hard stop because of the creators not willing to bend on his vision, what he wanted the show to be.
Right.
That was, and they just couldn't get past that, so it didn't even really make it past the writing.
Right. So this is probably a moment where the creators had control over the.
Yep, JJ.
Yeah.
So, which is good. I mean, they should, but
I need to finish it. I never finished it. This is another one that I stopped.
I've never read East West.
I have the hard copy collections. I just never finished it. I'm gonna have to start all over as soon as I go back into it, because I've forgotten most of it. But all right. So these are Dom's top 3 indie comics that he feels should have been on our TVs by now. First off, The Darkness. I'll be honest, Dom, I've never heard of these. You're gonna have to tell me about them. Well, boy, did this thing have some prints though. Yeah, these are all number 1 prints. High expectations from Top Cow here.
Well, you know what? The Darkness is this came out a while ago. Though he's actually a mob guy. Gets the some kind of the Darkness goes into. If I remember, help me out with this, because I haven't read this in a long time.
I can't help you. I've never heard it.
He is if I'm not mistaken, a mob enforcer that comes across some kind of a dark that he gets the dark energy. I think. I'm not sure. You're gonna murder me because I should do my research. But this book has been out for quite a while. This is when Top Cow first came. This is when it first started, and this was a pretty good book. They had a lot of chrome. This is back in the day when they had chromes and they had friggin' all those special edition covers.
Yeah,
and look at the covers. Really cool.
Yeah, they had some crossovers with Marvel too, with Darkness too. So.
Yeah, it had Wolverine. Also, it had what's the name? You had the girl that was Witchblade that she teamed up with Wolverine, and she had a lot of crossovers with her because she was a cop. She became Witchblade, and so I think the Darkness was a video game at one time too.
So the platinum variant still sells, depending on what you got in it. I mean, it still sells for over $100 for 9.8. So
that's pretty cool.
Sales. So I guess that's the one to get if you're looking to invest in the Darkness, hoping Dom is right and this thing finally makes it all the way through. But Dom's number 2. Now you hear about this one a lot too. I've never read this. Actually, I've read a little bit of it.
Well, see, basically,
this is another one that you hear a lot about.
He's a detective that he actually eats pieces of the flesh, and he gets vision. It's kind of like iZombie. Remember iZombie? How she ate the thing? It's kind of like that. And I'm very surprised. I think this was definitely optioned and just never saw the light of day. But this is pretty cool. I remember the first appearance was in a Walking Dead book, and the Walking Dead book shot up in value because they had the first preview edition of this. And this book is a pretty high price. If you see the prices, best off, if you can get them. I would buy the books, the graphic novels of these books, and just read them. This series could be cool. All the shit they got: supernatural, horror, police drama, everything.
Do you think indie comics have an expiration date? Like a lot of the ones we're going to talk about are the ones that we read back before we stopped reading indie comics.
You already failed.
There are some, and Styx, you did not remind me, but some of the others that get talked about a lot are still in production. Like Something's Killing the Children. That one hasn't died on the vine yet. And then, of course, you probably have House of Slaughter spinoffs and everything else.
Look, JJ just said that it failed, Chew. It already was on the... It already failed, which I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I mean, so a lot of the ones we're talking about are probably early 2000s, maybe mid 2015 or something like that. You think there's an expiration date on these things as more and more material manifests with newer and fresher stories? You think a lot of these older comics that we're probably the ones that we're going to talk about are just like, there's no hope?
I actually think that a lot of these books do have expiration dates because, like I said, it's now. It's the now thing. If you wait too long, people move on to the next thing. See, Marvel comics, Marvel and DC, you could always have new stories and this and that.
They're kind of timeless, right?
Yeah. Exactly. These stories, they're hot for that time, and then once it's over with, people want to move on to the next thing.
And you're going to find, you guys are going to chuckle at one of mine because I've talked about it before, but if you're looking to invest in any of these things and, affectionately, I use the term affectionately, flip these things, man, your timing has to be perfect.
I have some of these in my friggin' PCs in my storage unit, like sitting there. I know I have some 2 issues that I bought a long time ago and they're sitting there. I just, Walking Dead. We lost Styx again. There he is again. I had the run from Walking Dead from 5 to the ending, and I sold it all. I never had one. I could have had one so many times. I have copies of I have foreign editions of number 1. I have the 35th anniversary of number 1. I have the colored version of number 1. I have a whole bunch of number 1s, variant covers, but never the original number 1. See, I never read Hack
and Slash. It's a comic, right?
Yeah. The violent book too.
Oh, okay.
Mercenaries, aren't they? Aren't they mercenaries?
Something like that. Yeah. Good stuff.
You got to explain this one too, Dom. And there was
so apparently scientists
don't do well on the secondary market either.
So the whole thing is that scientists opened up a cavern in the ocean that this alpha predator came out and took over, and it's like he's the ultimate alpha predator. And
Meg. Sounds like Meg.
Yeah. So what? No. But the whole thing, the story starts.
Sounds like it was optioned and they turned it into Meg.
Past, and it goes into the future to a point where the future, how it dominated and took over the future, which is kind of crazy. I like stuff like this.
He thinks horror is oversaturated.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Pulled its shoe once out of okay, cool.
Nice.
I guess they're out there.
They're out there. You can probably find them in dollar boxes, man.
Yeah.
People, you don't know what you get sometimes, because sometimes the books that drop out, they just throw them in the dollar bins.
Hey, I apologize. I did not know.
All right. Let's get on. Let's look at some of Styx's favorites. Monstrous. So this is another one that I've heard talk about. I've never read this one. I have a couple of these issues. I've just never read them.
Yeah, this is a good series. I read it for quite a while, and it's still ongoing, I believe.
Second print does really well, seems like.
Yeah.
A low print run.
So
this is oh boy.
So I guess if I could just maybe, if you think back to some of the questions I brought up earlier, and we can apply those to maybe some of these, do you think this one will ever make it all the way through the finish line?
It should. I don't know if it will or not.
I mean, not that we're trying to dump any of these.
This would be good for TV, like Walking Dead or something like that.
Okay.
I think the concept on this is good for that.
What is the concept? I don't even know what the concept is.
Of course you guys. So she is like
this is like my wife walking in, and I'm on like episode 5 of a series, and my wife walks in and says, "What's this about?" Yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah, it's like a civil war, or fantasy-driven civil war, and she's trying to unite the two. It's hard to explain. It's
okay.
It is a good read though.
All right. Is it futuristic? Is it like fantasy?
Yeah. It's a mixture. Yeah. Mixture. I wouldn't really call it dystopian, but it's a mixture of the two, fantasy and futuristic. Black Hammer.
This one I like. I was reading this all the way up until they started mixing in with the DC universe, and then I kind of stopped. But the first probably 2 or 3 arcs of this I really liked.
Yeah. So it's been a while since I've written this one. So this is where this group finds this like a portal in a graveyard.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So it starts off. You have these superheroes that were somehow transported through some sort of portal or something, and they don't really do they. I don't even think that they don't. Yeah, they still have their powers, right? But they don't remember who they are or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're trying to live as like normal people. Something.
In another world.
In another world.
Yeah.
And they're So some of them are very comfortable being normal people. Some of them want to figure out what happened and why they're there and try to figure out the mystery of who sent them there, except who was the Lex Luthor behind all of this, if you will. I never found out because I stopped reading it.
It's I don't want to call it. It's kind of like a similarity in concept, I guess, to like Lost, where you don't know why you're there or what's kind of going on to feed the. But I would be better at Tetris.
He's a lot better at Tetris. You better watch out. Yeah, I used to have the San Diego Comic-Con edition of this one, and it was really hot there for a while. And I got it graded, and it came back. I got my wiener handed to me in the grading. It came back like an 8.5. I still flipped it, I guess, I made a profit, but I sold the 8.5 for like $130 or something.
Nice.
So it was really hot there for a while. I don't know what it's going for now. A cover. I just put up a cover. No. San Diego Comic-Con 9.6 going for like 200 now. This one I could see being because this one, Dom, this one's kind of like, to me, this one would be timeless. I think this one you could do You could probably make this one like The Boys or something. You could probably do it live action. I think, yeah, easy.
Live action and a series. You could do this as a series.
Yeah, I think this one might be one that could have some legs on it because it's superhero. People like superheroes. There's definitely a mystery.
I like the mystery.
There's drama. So this one I think could have some legs on it if someone ever wanted to do it. I think this is still going, right? Is this title still running, Styx?
I know they just brought back.
Do you believe? Poor Styx. No, Styx is having a bad internet day, folks. I don't know. He's not. All right, we're gonna move on. I think I will say, barring any creative differences, but this is Dark Horse too. So
if you can hear me, this is a Jeff Lemire, much like Sweet Tooth.
Okay.
He did Sweet Tooth that's running right now.
What kind of ownership with Dark Horse do they? Is that like an image type company where the creators maintain ownership of their property, or do they sell everything to Dark Horse?
Yeah, I really don't know. Dark Horse has kind of been its own entity, I guess, where they haven't really said whether or not. At least I don't remember them saying whether or not they creators own their stuff or not. A lot of their stuff in the past have been IP, like Star Wars and Aliens and Tomb Raider and.
Yeah, I like this one. I would like to see this one, like the Colonel says. I would like to see this one maybe at least get a shot because this one's coming out on Netflix.
I said, at least a shot on Netflix.
Yeah. I think this one. Yeah, I think this one you could do a couple of seasons of this one and just see. I mean, they did a couple of seasons with Umbrella Academy, and I actually think this one might be better than Umbrella Academy. I never read Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy is actually pretty good.
The comic is pretty good.
The TV show is pretty good in the Umbrella Academy.
All right, Nemesis, know nothing about it. Styx, hopefully your internet will hold on long enough to tell us about it.
Yeah, let me get. Because I had it. So this is one of those Mark Millar books. Dom mentioned it earlier that he was trying to do the Millarverse with.
Millarverse.
Was it Amazon?
Actually, no. He's trying to deal with Netflix, I think.
Netflix. Okay.
Netflix.
So this would have been one of those. Right now, it's.
Joe, you are not alone. This really pissed. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Styx, but Joe brings up another one. Now, this one actually made it over the finish line, in that we did see it on the screen. Yeah. Why this one got canceled, I will never know.
It was actually a good show. It was good.
It was a really good show. This show was so good, I wanted to go back and read the comics. I liked it so much.
Well, the reason why Millar, that Netflix reached out to Millar to make the Millarverse, when Disney took back the rights of Daredevil, Punisher, and Luke Cage, the other shows, they got canceled, and they wound up going hiatus until 3 years until Disney can get the rights back. So Millar made because Netflix wants a superhero component on their platform, and they made the deal with Millar for the Millarverse.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't think that's been going too well. Yeah. No, you're fine. So I'll read. I brought this one up so I can read it. Son of privilege and inheritor of billions. His deceased parents. He owns a fleet of the finest cars. Blah 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 blah. Where are they here? So he's a Batman character. So John's.
I was gonna say, seems like Batman.
Yeah. It's another one of those violent books, but blood. He shoot a lot of people.
I'm trying to resist.
You saying, "Do you believe?"
All right,
I apologize about my
I'm sorry, Styx. No, we're not getting a whole lot of what you're saying. You keep freezing on us.
Listen, can we please start a Kickstarter to help Styx's internet Thank you.
He's not normally like this. I don't know. He's downloading something.
No,
Styx, what the hell are you downloading?
I'm not downloading the thing. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Let's move forward because we're over. All right. So yeah, this is my top three. When I picked my top three, a lot of the guys already picked some that I liked a lot. So this is what I picked three that I thought would maybe I keep on to say transcribe, but make the transition to the screen relatively easily. And also some that I think maybe what companies are looking for nowadays.
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
That's a good one.
All right, let's go. I had to throw that in. That's a pretty good one. All right. So my first one is Bone Parish. This one I think this was one that came out, and I don't know if it's still optioned. I pulled this off of the eBay listing. I don't know if it's still optioned because this is one, if I remember right, got optioned pretty quickly after it came out. So probably any option has probably expired on this thing. But I thought it was pretty good. It only had like maybe 12, maybe 3-4 arcs to this thing. So maybe 18 issues or 15 or however many. Basically the story of a family in Louisiana, I want to think, that their deceased father had come up with some sort of concoction or potion where you mix somebody's you grind your dead one's dust up and you make a potion out of it, or a drug, you snort it or whatever, and you can communicate for a short period of time with your dead relatives. So I thought it was pretty good, but this was one that it just seemed like it seemed like one day the writer of this comic was said, okay, you got 2 more issues and you got to wrap it up. We're done. And it just ended like, you're like, really? That's how you get this thing? You know, I thought it was a good plot. It was a good idea. You know, it was interesting. People were like, had all these different people going. But yeah, it just ended. But I think it would, not a whole lot of, I don't think a whole lot of special effects or stuff would be involved with making this one. It's a short material, so the writers could kind of expand on it however they wanted to. I just thought of another one though before I go on, because since I have the mic, Beauty was another one by Image that I thought was really good. Did you ever read Beauty, Tom?
No.
I know the book itself. I know it. I never read it.
Beauty is about, again, this would be easy to make a movie or a series about, because it doesn't require any special effects or high budget, I wouldn't think. Beauty is about, basically it's about, sorry, it's about an STD that when you get it, it makes you beautiful. You get this STD and you go through like this, you have like a fever and stuff, and you wake up the next morning in like a blob of fat because all your fat and ugliness has melted off of you and you're drop dead gorgeous. That's what this, and so people are like really wanting this disease, and you have factions that say, no, it's the devil, blah, blah, blah. And there's stories behind that. But again, it doesn't seem like it would take a lot. It was very interesting story. And this one may still be, Beauty may still be running too. I'm not sure if it might have recently wrapped up. Again, very easy to make that into a story. I would watch it. I thought the comic was really good, but I just thought of that like 3 seconds ago because I don't know why I didn't pick it. Southern Bastards.
Yes, I seen.
Wait for Styx to laugh. Still trying to unload these Southern. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have that many anymore. Southern Bastards, another one. I mean, this is about a town in Alabama or something, probably, where football is king, and you have this coach who basically runs the town because football is king, and they do whatever it takes to win and run the town. And you get somebody that comes back, he's been a Marine for a retired Marine, and he ain't taking it, and they clash, and all kind of. How hard would this be to make? Is really good. This comic was super popular for a long time. It was super popular. Never mind.
So popular, Jedi bought like 20 copies of it.
How many copies do you have, Nate?
I have a lot of copies of this. So
there you go.
Fingers crossed on this one. But again, really easy. to make this thing into a movie. It was really popular. Not a high budget, I wouldn't think. You could probably film this thing in any East Texas town. And I don't know. This one's beyond me.
You get a bunch of people that in the town that would never like be on the movie. They get some free soda pop and they, free lunches. And
I have the Heroes Con, and I won't sell that one. I mean, I really like this comic. I thought it was really good. But again, died on the vine for whatever reason. It was probably, I'm sure it was optioned.
Well, you know what?
And then my number, I have, this was the highest one, but the one I have is actually, if you can find them, they actually probably get more than $70 for a 9.8, probably get 100 something. My number one is Lazarus. Rutka. This one, it spun off into a couple of like Lazarus Reborn, so, and then it stopped and then it started again. So there's a lot of material for this one. I collected a lot of the first issues of this one. I have a couple of them. Again, PC. I'm not going to sell those. But this one I thought would be really good because again, it's probably going to need a higher production budget on this one because there is some special effects involved, a lot of fighting, warfare, that kind of stuff. But I thought this is a good fit because what do companies want to make movies about today? It seems like, and I'm not bashing it, we just see it a lot.
Bring back
strong women. Strong women.
Oh, strong.
The protagonist in this is a woman, Lazarus. She's the Lazarus Project. She's like indestructible. If you shoot her up, they can put her back together, and then she starts developing a conscience.
That's kind of like
realizing she's being used by her family as a tool of destruction.
It's kind of like Bloodshot. You shoot Bloodshot up, he comes back. He regenerates.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, I thought this one had a lot going for it too, and nothing. I never even heard this thing get optioned. I don't know if it did or not. But this one, it just seems to me like this is exactly strong female characters. Not just her, but a lot of strong female characters in this comic. It just seems like that's what companies want nowadays. We see a lot of it, but nothing on this one. So
strong woman. See everything we wish Dr. Afra could be.
It looks like it was optioned by Amazon.
It was. When was this? Like back in like 2017 or some shit?
Before the pandemic.
I'm looking.
I don't know. Maybe the pandemic had a lot of impact on a lot of these options too. Who knows?
Sure, they did.
Global Frequency. Colonel's talking about Global Frequency. I read that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's another one that could have easily, I think, been made into some sort of series or something.
Yep.
2015.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's expired.
Yeah,
I'm
sure it's way expired.
It just scratches my head.
Well,
and some of the ones
they had Warrior Nun on Netflix. The last two seasons they canceled it. And Warrior
I like Warrior Nun. Where'd that
Warrior
come
Nun was
from?
good.
I think this would have been better than Warrior Nun.
Probably could have been.
Yeah.
And there's a lot.
Yeah,
of
I didn't know anything about Warrior Nun, and I thought it was good.
All right, let's catch up because I've been talking and not paying attention to our viewers, our good viewers. See if they talk. I don't know what they're talking about over there. Hey, D. Malloy. D. Malloy 1. Everything Dr. Afra could be. Yeah, like Dom said. All right, so that's our choices. And we threw in a couple of extra just for good measure. Dom, do you want to open something?
Sure.
And then we're going to get into some trivia.
You want to open something? I'm going to open
Styx
a comic.
put together some trivia. This is indie comic trivia, Styx?
Yes.
Oh God,
All right.
That's a big cool.
Yeah.
We may have talked about a couple of these.
Let me see it again, Dom.
Really written on the back.
I can't tell. You got to show me the top. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, Prime. Okay, got it. That's all I need to say.
Well,
it's not a great.
It's from eBay.
It's from eBay.
Graded comic?
Yes.
It's probably a graded comic.
So, I have 3 copies of this in regular and raw copies that I got. And the raw copies, for some reason, have a line going through it. It's a white cover, and all the issues, the complaint was that there was a white line that was going across the front of the page.
Bounty Hunters.
It's canceled, D. Malloy, so I don't even know if you want to waste your time.
Well,
with
not
the
bounty hunters,
second
but so basically,
What about it?
I was able to get a 9.6 in this book. I don't know if the 9.8 does exist because, like I said, all the raw copies had lines in them. So I don't know if eventually they'll go back.
Is this the Java Palace?
Yeah.
You're going to show us?
So I got a 9.6. And I haven't looked, just opened it now, so I don't know if the line is
I
here.
thought it was Bounty Hunters.
If the line is there, can't see it. I'll have to check it out. Wait, the line is there. I think I see it. I think I do. But
A lot of times though they don't take off for them because it's the
what happened?
If it's a production issue?
Yeah, if it's a production issue, they'll change it to a 9.8. But I don't know. I think there might have been some copies out there that were.
What if it was a shipping problem? How do they?
Then
If
I don't
it's
know.
a shipping problem, maybe I don't know. Who knows?
But this was the only one that I've seen online, so I don't know if there's any more online. But here, before you get away from me, let me show you something real quick. Okay. First things first. I was able to snag the Virgin, which is going for a lot of money online. I got it at a comic store. Only one store out of the 4 stores in the city had it, and I was able to get it. With that,
That's an old fella gotta be wary to get on it. Yeah, it just depends.
and then I got
Sometimes
this.
you just ain't got nothing better to do.
If somebody watched one of my videos that I posted today, I was able to get a 9.8 Turkish second print Virgin cover of the Rebellion comic. It was like the first page you open up, Boba Fett's on some kind of mechanical camel. So, but I'm happy to have these in my collection, and I will have to find a 9.8 of this eventually. And if a 9.8 pops up,
I was going to have a research department start looking into it for you.
Yep.
I can't tell if Styx is frozen or if he's just very good at being very still.
I know.
What's going on there? Okay.
yeah, very frozen. Hey, he's very good at what he does. He's a man with special things.
All right. This is either going to be really easy or really hard. I don't know which one yet. So
We got to see. I don't know that much about independent
It
books.
might be more on the hard side, I think.
Let's see.
yeah, JJ don't like those Turkish covers. Or
I know.
all right. So as always, me and Dom are gonna try to give our guess on these. These may be hard, and then if in the viewers, if you throw your guesses or if you know the answer, it's not a guess. In the comments, as soon as we see one or two, we'll reveal the answer. So,
All right.
all right. This
former-
is just multiple choices. Just okay. Go ahead.
It's multiple choice. You'll probably be fine. Former soldier makes a deal with the devil and becomes a vengeful superhero with a cool cape and chains.
Are we talking Ghost Rider? That's not indie.
No, but I threw it in there. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Ghost Rider.
I had to find it.
Ghost
I was looking for a superhero with chains. He came.
Oh, okay. All right. Excuse me. This is twice. Earlier, Dom yelled at me. Now Styx is yelling at me.
Don't forget about it.
Wow, we're getting a lot of A's. It's got to be Ghost Rider. It's okay.
That's one.
What do you think? You think? Oh, Spawn. I forgot about Spawn. Good call. Good call. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Spawn, because Spawn is an indie. Spawn is Image, right?
Yep, Spawn is indie.
Yeah, that'll teach me to jump to conclusions.
Yeah, see, I threw you off with Ghost Rider because I knew you'd gravitate.
You knew
to
I like Ghost Rider, and I'd jump on that one. That's tricky.
Oh, Ghost Rider's got to be Ghost Rider. Young superhero gains powers, but when his mustache secretly wants to take over the world. Who is the dad?
That's B.
I should have put
B.
Yeah, that's I don't remember his name. I know it's Invincible, dude.
Why does Magneto look like the freaking goddamn
That's true. Ghost Rider doesn't have a cape. You're right, JJ. I jumped to conclusions on this thing.
The chip guy, what's his face?
Pringles. Yeah, that's the Pringles Magneto.
Pringles guy.
Or you got Superman there. Omni-Man.
Yeah, did you see what he did to those characters in the cartoon, man? He fucking destroyed.
He ripped them inside out.
Funny those guys, man.
Rip them again. I like that show. The second series comes out in August? Later than that. A young woman tries to prevent Lovecraftian old gods from returning to their world as a war breaks out between humans and Arcanics.
Is it
I tried to talk about this earlier, but my internet was not
I'll
doing
move our logo because that keeps tripping you up.
You're fine.
Is it Montrose or C?
I'm going to say Montrose. Oh, gods returning to a world breaks out human. I'm going to say Montrose.
Yeah. I couldn't.
I've read a little bit of something that's killing the children, and I don't remember that being what it was about.
Yeah.
Some people are saying B. So, yep.
I've heard Montrose has a lot of words. There's a lot of reading in Montrose, is what I've heard. That's probably scared me away from that comic.
More word bubbles than art.
Yeah. It's like Neil Gaiman's work.
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman writes great stuff, but God, he can write. There's a lot of words.
Yeah.
A lot of words in that man's work. All right.
Again, hint that we
should have did this before we talked about.
Maybe.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of these.
Yeah, team of superheroes trapped on a small, mysterious farm try to figure out why they are there and how they can leave.
Yeah, that's Black Hammer.
This one.
Black Hammer, see.
Yeah. I said graveyard, but it was a farm. All right. Martial artist gains his power to shoot flames from his fists, but finds himself in a war between two ninja factions. Is it A, firepower, B, ninja funk, or C, ninjak?
I think it's A. Ninjak doesn't shoot. Ninjak is just a James Bond he's the James Bond of
see what the chat says. I really don't know. Firepower sounds like it would be a logical answer, but I don't know. I've never read Ninja Funk. Ninja Funk's real popular right now on the Whatnot.
Yeah.
Jeffrey says A.
I think A.
A?
All right, I agree with Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dom knows what he's talking about. Firepower.
There you go. Firepower.
All right. That was quick.
That's good.
Yeah.
Which is good because we are already at an hour and a half. So let's jump into collectibles. We have a lot of collectibles, so let's jump through these things.
Let's do it.
You ready, Dom? Take a deep breath.
Do it.
All right. Ready Marvel Comics. We're talking Marvel Comics more and more.
That's so you have the death of the Venomverse coming out, and the artist Gabriel. What's his name? Gabriel Dell'Otto. This cover is going to be hot because he has a cover for the Spider-Verse. This cover looks dope. I definitely want this. I definitely want these.
This is 5 connecting covers, right?
Yep. I'm gonna want this in my PC because come on, you got a friggin' Venom Tyrannosaurus Rex. Come on, you got Venom all the badass shit. Come on.
I'm surprised they haven't. I mean, maybe somebody that knew what they're doing could make one, but you know how you got like those picture frames that are connected at the hinges, so you can put. I'm surprised no one's come up with like a top loader display where you can put all these connecting covers in there and actually display it as one picture. Surprised no one has done that yet. There's $1 million idea, Dom.
There you go. Let's go. Let's brand it and make it. Let's go. We're rich. We're rich, bitch.
Copyrighted.
We're the $1 million man.
Get off our lawn productions.
There you go. Now, this is pretty cool. I can't wait for this to come out. This is coming out in August and in June. August and September. So get your wallet ready. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go, Dom. Just for you.
Now, listen. Now, mind you.
Risking being yelled at by Marco.
Now, to hell with that. So that's Star Wars Bounty Hunters. The Malee version, Boba Fett variant. I already have it at a 9.8 coming. I bought it for $53. I have it pre-ordered already.
Who's that lady with the So I was going to say something controversial. Like, did what's his name? Did Valance transition or something? Who is that?
No, that's the girl. That's the what's her name from Dr. Aphra. That's the girl. I forgot her name. She was actually in the original Star Wars run, and they
She
actually
had an arm like that,
Oh yeah.
like a cannon. That's the. Is that the lady, the mafia or the gangster lead that Marco liked so much?
Yeah, she's the chick that's in Dr. Aphra that they canonized her in the Dr. Aphra book.
That's the one that everybody's like. She's always like 5 steps ahead of everybody.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I know.
So,
I didn't know who it was.
So I can't wait for this Bounty Hunters book to come out because you're gonna have 2 of my favorite bounty hunters in one book, Durge and Boba Fett. And I'm happy.
I knew you were excited about this one.
I'm definitely excited about this. If I can't get them on Disney Plus,
and I'm excited about this one, Dom.
You like that when I said that to you? I seen that. I said, "Oh yeah, Dark Droids, baby."
Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely look into getting the C-3PO trade and Virgin on that one. And are those like incentives?
There might be a store exclusive somewhere. We don't know yet. But if you notice, C-3PO is the action figure variant.
I'm not a big fan of action figures, but I may have to get it because it's C-3PO. But
you have C-3PO on all the covers, just about. And look, a foil variant. So that means,
that one.
The R2.
The one variant, the R2D2 is the foil variant. Yeah,
they're bringing back foil.
He gets all the good stuff.
Right.
Why not?
Pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, these are cool. I have to look into these. Yeah, foil, cosmic foil. Fancy. Fancy.
Cheeky.
All right, Funko.
All right, so the Rise of the Beast Transformers are coming out, and these are the Funkos that are dropping for that movie. And give or take, they're not bad. Like I'm not collecting the Transformers line. If it was a Soundwave, yes, but there's people out there that wouldn't buy them. These are the second time they had movie versions of the Transformers. They had the first versions that came out a few years back, and they're going up to pretty significant value.
Yeah, we had to expect this was coming.
Yeah, definitely. They had to.
This is I guess you consider this a blockbuster film. So, yeah, you knew this was coming.
Well, we're going to see. Hopefully it's a blockbuster film, You're going to have Unicron in it, so hopefully it makes for a good summer movie. So you also have Rhinox, who's coming out as a Target exclusive. If you notice, they only have him as a Rhino. They don't
you skipped SVU, man. You just jumped right over Law and Order.
I was waiting for that, but now I'm going to go to Law and Order. So you have you have Ice Cube, Ice T,
Ice T, yeah,
and you have Law and Order, the first Law and Order pops. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
And then Rhinox, like you said, Rhinox.
Well, I had to do Rhinox. So this is the Witcher, the latest in Witcher pops that are going to be dropping for the second season.
Now this one is Witcher's coming back for another season, right?
Yeah,
for live action.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, one more, and then he's leaving, and then somebody else is taking over as him, or somebody's taking over doing something. But these are the Witcher pops. They look. There's nothing spectacular about them.
Yeah.
Really, it doesn't look like a regular.
Witcher's pretty popular. I can see Witcher being popular enough that somebody's probably collecting Witcher stuff. So,
yeah, they look just too common to me. Like,
yeah, this could be for any series. It could be Lord of the Rings if you're not.
Yeah.
If they're loose, you'd think. Yeah, don't really.
Then you have the 2-pack.
That's 2-pack.
Yeah. Now this is cool. So apparently they're having but they sold. Apparently they sold out. They had the NFTs that dropped on Tuesday, and they were the movies Dark Knight Returns. If you notice, there's no Joker, but they do have a cool Two-Face, a cool Scarecrow, Freddie Funko as Commissioner Gordon. They have a Bane, and they have a cynical Catwoman, and Bruce Wayne. You could only get these in the NFTs. If you get the cards, you get the collection, and you get the cards that could transform into the actual product itself. So if you collect Batman pops and you want them, you might have to go in the secondary market because they sold out.
Wait, you said you had to buy the NFTs to get these pops?
They're in
NFTs, the yeah. They're NFT. So these are the solid NFT. that if you get the certain cards, that you're able to transfer those cards to these actual
Okay.
Funko Pops.
I appreciate that, Dom. I stopped caring when you
Sure.
said NFT. All right.
And then you have
I know I asked a question, but
you have the Future Dark Knight with
I have PTSD when it comes to NFT.
the Batman Beyond, Batman, and you have the Chase that are coming out for the Funko Shop.
those are cool.
Should be dropping soon.
Yeah.
Freddy's
getting a birthday, 25 years, the anniversary, Freddy. And it's
this is an exclusive, but I don't see that it's very limited. So
no, it's just an exclusive on Funko Shop. It can sell out, and it can probably restock a couple of times before it.
Not exciting. I like those limited pieces, Dom.
I know. A lot of people do, but a lot of people like these Freddy Funkos.
What
Freddy
the money
Funkos.
is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm with you, AOA. I don't understand them.
Yeah.
Now, Pride Month is next month, and so they're gonna have a couple of Pride Pops. What they usually do, usually the droids.
Yeah, this
is
common.
They have a BB-8, but they have a diamond BB-8 that's going to be with the Loungefly bag. That's going to be limited edition.
Oh, that one's special. The little. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that.
Because that pop comes with the bag. So I don't know what the limitability of it is, but it's actually
that's a nice Loungefly. People collect those things apparently.
Yeah, people do collect them.
People collect everything. I mean, that's not an ugly bat. It's actually pretty nice colors.
The colors stand out. Look at
I'm not gonna beat it up.
Look, the pops look pretty cool. I'm not collecting the pops the rest of the line like I was, but they're very colorful. If you really if you like R2, like BB-8. So 3 new pops.
Oh God, the itty bitties again.
Itty bitties committees are coming back out, and they got turtles.
You left out one important word. But
I didn't want to say it.
Good job, Dom. You left out that word that would have made it R-rated.
I know.
So disciplined.
But you know what's funny? People are collecting these. I've been reading a lot of reports that people that don't collect Funko Pops are collecting these because they don't take up a lot of space. You can put them away, and that's it. So, yeah,
you got these if you're a turtle person, and you got these if you're a princess person.
Yeah, you got the that coming out. So, and they're selling pretty well, these itty bitty pops. So you can rest
$20, right?
What?
They're only $20. They're $20.
Yeah. Basically, you can get the whole set in one shot, 1, 2, 3. But the success on these, you're gonna probably see round 2 and 3 on these things. So you rest assured.
Yeah, I might get the Batman 66 set if it goes down, and then I'm waiting for the Star Wars one to have Yoda in it. So
now I'm waiting for the Boba Fett one. When Boba Fett comes, that's what I'll get.
Probably be in the same box.
All right, so we got a couple of exclusives. You have the Target exclusive. You got the Joker, Batman, as the Joker from the Dark Knight, which is a gold label limited edition Target exclusive, and you have the Ezra Bridget. What's his name? Ezra.
Ezra Miller.
Miller. Ezra from
better than Ezra.
I was saying Ezra Bridger, but that's Star Wars. You have that come out. Like I keep saying, these McFarlane, he puts these figures out every couple of weeks. New ones come out, no problem. So many points of articulation.
Every week we do Hasbro too.
They don't. You have to wait.
Yeah, we do. We talk about Hasbro every week.
I'm still waiting for my damn Boba Fett that I figured ordered.
It's because you haven't got it yet, doesn't mean.
They're paid to the answer. Why don't I have it?
I will say that Hasbro puts out a lot of army building type of figures, so it always seems like it's the same clone trooper or stormtrooper or different color helmet. At least McFarlane is giving us different characters.
Exactly. So you have a lot of different Batmans. Of course, you got the Batman, Two-Face Batman. You got the Green Lantern. What's it? What's the lantern? This is I don't even know.
I don't know. I can't read that small.
Well, anyway, these are pretty cool. Like I said, DC fans. McFarlane's doing a pretty damn good job. Look how many figures are out with McFarlane already, and it's just
Alan Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
Alan Scott, Green Lantern.
There you go.
Golden Age. I couldn't think of it.
So
I hope you were able to take that fire out of his eyes, because I'd get that figure.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have the eyes all fired.
All right, Dom. Look who we're about to talk about.
Look at Hasbro. Those mothers
I don't know if this is actually Hasbro. It's on their website.
Yeah. So this is always actually a transforming Optimus Prime.
That you can it's like a robotic Optimus.
Yeah.
You control it with your phone, right?
Yes. You control with the phone. You connect it like a Bluetooth.
Guess how much it costs, Styx? Guess.
$400.
$7.99.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was $6.99.
I know, $7.99.
Oh, seven. Okay, right. Yeah, $7.99.
Yeah, $7.99 is bigger than.
Yeah, sorry, $7. Yeah, he's right. $7.99.
Listen,
Man.
I'm not that much of a Transformer fan. And you know, it's funny. I don't like Optimus Prime that much. I always like Megatron. But Soundwave's my boy. So that's just cool. I have the Soundwave made by them in my cabinet right here. This RC looks badass. But you see, I'm not.
Well, they gotta pose it all sexy like. Who are they trying? Are they trying to like?
She's a female Autobot.
All right, they gotta make her look all sexy.
It makes you want to buy her.
For all those robosexuals out
You
there.
can have robot sexiness in the palm of your hands, any given day. You know.
He's a moron.
So this is coming out soon. I don't know when exactly it's going to drop, but it does look better. It doesn't transform; it's just robotic form and parts. I think it has maybe 30 parts of articulation. Because I got the Soundwave in here; it's badass. I can't take it out because my desk is against the glass right now, but it's a really cool piece. You go to the next one.
That's cool.
So these dropped new Legacy Evolution Transformers from Hasbro. I think these were these Hasbro exclusives, or they're going to the store?
I don't
They're
think so. It
Hasbro.
would have said.
It says
It would've
Hasbro.
said
It's got the
exclusive.
Hasbro logo on it.
Yeah. No, I know they have the Hasbro logo, but because sometimes they have their own exclusives that they drop on the site.
We got Hound. Was that Hound?
Looks like Hound, right?
It looks like Hound.
Yeah, it does. Obviously,
Although it says
Rise of
Tyranny.
Tyranny, Megatron? No, is it
There's Megatron and
Megatron? It's Megatron. Megatron's a tank, okay?
an
And the-
Infiltrator.
Yeah, the Infiltrator. Damn, I can't even freaking see. I'm freaking blind.
It's so small.
And then you have Senator Shockwave. And you have Data Clerk.
These are cool boxes.
Oh,
I like the boxes
they are.
a lot.
I do, but I like the play. I want to see the figure itself.
I
That's
like
why
boxes.
I
So I wrote up there, go to Hasbro Pulse website because we don't have enough time to do it. We're already at almost 2 hours, but because there's a lot more Dom, a lot more Transformer stuff was dropped this week by Hasbro.
Yeah,
So much that I couldn't even make. I wouldn't even fit. I'd have been making slides like till midnight. So I thought about maybe just going to the website, but we're hurting on time a little bit. So if you're interested in Transformers, go to the Hasbro website.
And see all the new stuff that
There's a
dropped.
lot of Transformers dropped this week.
So
Hey, Magneto again.
if you collect helmets, they came out with the Magneto X-Men 97 helmet, which is based off the 97 cartoon that's supposed to be coming out, the sequel to the original X-Men run.
Like that.
But if you like Magneto,
Hmm.
you can rise to the
Yeah,
occasion.
that's a cool helmet.
I like his white helmet better. I think.
The White Army, yeah.
Yeah, I like the white one. This one's cool though.
Sideshow, see?
All right.
So here we
We
go.
were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, so
Excuse me.
breaking con news, Sideshow is no longer part of San Diego Con. They're going to have their own con now. So
But it's online. It's online, or
it's going to be online. They'll be online. You could actually see, they'll have videos here and there. So this is where they're going to be dropping a lot of exclusives for Hot Toys. So Marvel, Star Wars, DC, whatever,
Shots at his brother still.
so
his brother, poor guy. I don't know him.
we'll see. Maybe. Excuse me. Can we please get
They're
a
going to have contests. They're going to have deals, breaking news,
Can we
reveals.
please get a Dr. Afra? A Hot
Yeah,
Toy Dr.
okay.
Afra, please.
Dom will be there. He's
I
our
would be there.
online correspondent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If they make it like what is it 000? That's the C-3PO look like.
Yeah. Listen, if
Yeah.
they make it Durange, I would love them to
Would you
make
get
it
it,
Durange.
Jedi?
What I don't collect 000. I collect C3PO, but I don't know.
Same
Depends.
Look,
thing, really.
if they make
It's
it
not,
dirt,
man. There's lots of like whatever model he is. I don't even know what protocol droids out there that aren't C3PO that I don't buy.
listen,
They
I'm
don't
telling
have
you,
that personality.
I will lose my shit if they
It's
come
true.
out with a Durnge. If they make it
They're
Durnge,
not as brave as C3PO. C3PO is brave.
he's still
Is
annoying. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
You don't think C3PO is brave?
Oh, well, he's brave to speak. That he learned to speak Sith
Right.
after all his languages.
Okay.
He's-
So let's bravery. So C3PO always complains that he doesn't want to do stuff because it's dangerous. But true bravery is doing something, but he always does it. True bravery is doing something, even though you're afraid, you still do it. That's
Yes.
what bravery is. That's C3PO. If
He's a droid.
you got
He's
like
a droid.
Jedi powers in the Force, that ain't bravery. You know you're going to kick ass. There's no bravery in that. C3PO is brave.
Listen,
Don't get twisted.
Hot Toys, which I don't understand. Where are the other bounty hunters in Hot Toys? Where is the Bosks
I go.
and the freaking goddamn Dengars and the make
I
them?
want that.
Let's go.
Research, Jeffrey. Just research.
There you go.
Sometimes I
Stay
gotta
gold.
say, just
But this is
research.
coming July 18th, just before the San Diego Con. So get your wallets ready.
All right, let's move on. These are cool. I like
So
them. Not gonna get them.
you have the Batman Who Laughs limited edition statue, 250 pieces by Sideshow. Pretty cool.
Robin King.
And the Robin King. Yep.
A lot of detail in there. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
If you're a Batman fan. Yeah, now this is pretty cool. These are all die-cast metal.
Yeah.
Die-cast metal. So I'm waiting for the die-cast metal Boba Fett to come out. If they're doing these in die-cast, Boba Fett's got to get a die-cast metal freaking armor eventually.
All roads lead to Boba Fett.
Yes, exactly.
You knew that already, right?
Of
You
course.
knew that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
this War Machine's awesome. And this Iron Man looks very, very cool. I like this.
Yeah.
The stealth armor. Die-cast metal.
Pretty cool.
It's cool.
Yeah. I'm
They do
surprised they
good
didn't
stuff
have.
over at Hot Toys.
Surprised they didn't put War Machine out a month ago because they're just now celebrating its 40th anniversary. This
Well,
month.
they're celebrating the armor, all the armors, the 40th anniversary of the armor. So there's a lot of armors.
Yeah. But specifically, this month is the 40th anniversary of War Machine.
I think I read that somewhere. Yeah.
But these are cool. Imagine having these on your shelf. Die-cast metal.
Imagine having room for anything else on your shelf.
Imagine.
I thought we did this already, but I
No,
went
we
with
did.
it, Dom.
No, we did. No, we showed
okay.
Rocket that had him in it. So now this is the actual show
Okay.
of Peter Quill.
I think they did a great job on the likeness myself. I like
I
I thought the eyes were good.
Yeah.
I think the likeness looks fantastic. It's on point. And I'm hearing a lot of good things about Guardians, man. I got to go see it.
Dude, you haven't seen it yet? It's great.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I gotta go.
We talked about it last week, Dom. You've had a whole
know.
week.
Listen to me. I can't. Listen, I have problems sending packages to freaking people that want gifts. You want me to guide them to go to a movie right now? I have problems. I can't. I'm too lazy and I'm tired. I can't even watch TV. I don't have the patience right now to watch a movie unless I really, really want to see it. And it's not really one of my like Quantumania. It's on Disney Plus now. I'll sit down and watch it because now it's on Disney Plus.
I watched that last night, the night before.
Yeah. Well, apparently
hate
you
it.
heard that Jonathan Majors is out.
Is that official that he's out?
Officially is out now. That's the rumor I'm hearing. I don't know if it's 100%, but I read something and one of the sites, and I don't want to say it's official, but the fact is that he's getting dropped from a lot of movies, and that's kind of sucks that he gets dropped from.
Yeah. Well, he's
All right,
not
before we
not
go
on
into
Loki,
before we go through the miscellaneous, can't believe I'm even asking again, but go ahead and start throwing your votes in the chat. Whether or not it's that time of the show. Actually, no, it's not that time of the show again. Never mind. I thought it said it's time to start voting. It's not that time yet. We still got to do top pops. All right, let's keep moving, man. We're taking this long.
It's a long time. We have a lot going on.
All right.
So this is from a Disney shop. They got the Pride collection that's coming out. Celebrate Pride in June. If you collect droids, now this is pretty cool. A massive 3,981 Lego piece, the Batcave.
Yeah.
Who wants this?
How much was this? I think
I don't think there's a price yet.
Okay.
It's one of those concept ones. Is it a concept one?
I don't know.
It's not an actual.
I don't know. All I know is it's a big friggin' piece. I don't have time to sit down and watch a 20-minute movie.
Right.
I to build a
I don't think we're gonna have Edge here.
Hell no. Oh, so the same company that made the RC and the Soundwave, they made the Starscream. Pretty damn cool. And we have the Jumbo from Diamond Select. Jumbo Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary. That's dropping. Don't know when.
I like that one. That was good.
Mesco has the Superman and his recovery suit edition. Pretty cool looking figure. Mesco does some good figures, man. I wish they would get the rights to Star Wars. And Guardians of the Galaxy had a special edition fig pin set for AMC theaters. I don't know if you get them at the AMC theater or they were online at the same time when it dropped, but the Guardians of fig pin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they were at the theaters or if you get them with your reward points or how that worked.
Yeah.
Did they all come together in that one box? Is that
I think it did, yeah. I think it did, yeah.
So you got them as a set.
As a set, cool. Yeah. So if you're a fig pin collector.
Here we go, Tom.
Here we go. Guess which one I'm buying? Which one?
Getting both.
Hey, how'd you guess? You won $1,000.
Lucky.
Yeah, so these are the mech suits, which makes me laugh, mech suits. But anyway.
Oh, they're mech suits.
I'll buy the Boba Fett.
I thought they were Star Wars or Transformers.
No, they're just mech suits for the Star Wars. You got a Vader, you got a Trooper, and you got a man called Fett.
Oh, he's talking about the Batman. We're catching up on our chat here a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. We talked about that already. Diamond Select.
Diamond Select. Matrix.
Mr. Smith.
What is this? Is this a porcelain statue or is it was it the?
It's probably not porcelain. It's that what do you call it? That hard plastic.
Not porcelain. Porcelain. No.
Styx. I feel like you were going to say it, Styx, and I interrupted.
Melamine.
Anyway, it's hard plastic. Yeah. All right, so these I added these. Of course, I added Sabe. Everybody knows why.
Oh, you need Sabe. You gotta get his card.
I like Sabe. But so if you go online right now, and I think these are like to order, they're not limited. But a lot of the old, not all of them, because I looked and I didn't see all of them. But a lot of the Star Wars living set, they're making prints out of, and I assume they're probably some. I don't remember. I don't think I looked, to be honest. They're probably 11 by 17, kind of like your regular print sizes of things. Mm-hmm. They're going back and making prints of your favorite, possibly your favorite. They didn't have Boba Fett. Sorry, Dom. Your favorite Star Wars characters living set card. They're like $20 a piece. So I haven't bought it yet. I don't know if I'm debating whether or not I'm actually going to buy this thing or not. But I picked Sabe. But they had others. A lot of. Not any really. I think the most popular or most prime time character, they had Din Djarin. I think that might be the most popular one they had. Like they didn't have like Boba Fett or Darth Vader. They had a lot of the more supporting character types other than Din. And then we have these are sold out, at least sold out on the top site. So if you're going to get these, you're going to have to get it on the eBay or secondary market. Star Wars Obi-Wan series cards. Comes with autographs, comes with parallels, and it comes with the medallion cards. They made medallion cards for these. It also comes with printing plates, randomly inserted, like 1,500 or something. But so those are available. All right.
Whew.
And now we're going to do pops of the week. And then we're going to, so now go ahead and start throwing your votes in there. We know rated R. We already know, but go ahead and do it anyway. Humorous. We're going to go through the pops of the week. We do have an honorable mention. I put it honorable mention because I don't normally talk about autographed pops. But this autographed Dan Green, who did the voice to the second Pokemon movie from Mewtwo, autographed by him, sold May 17th for $2,500.
That's amazing for that price.
Yeah.
For an autograph. Because I have Boba Fett autographs. I don't know that much.
So I'm thinking, well, it's already a limited pop too, right? So I can't read, but it's already
limited edition. So he has
it's already a San Diego Comic-Con limited pop.
And it's a flocked one.
And on top of that, it's one bit.
So it's probably a lot of those San Diegos are what, 96 pieces or something. So
not really. Not really.
The fact that I freaking know that is
the con stickers. No, the con stickers are worth a lot more money than the shad stickers. So the con stickers are hard to get sometimes.
Yeah, I just know a lot of the San Diego Con ones that I've done these freaking slides for have been like 96 pieces. A lot of them.
Look when it came out, 2020. We were in the pandemic when that dropped, so it was hard to get.
All right, number 5, we have Michael Jordan in a PSA 10 graded, sold for $1,500 in his. I guess this might be kind of rare. His 12 jersey, which he only wore that 12 jersey once because his number 23 jersey was stolen before the game. So he wore number 12. So I don't know if that has any bearing on how limited the pop is. It's just the story behind the number 12 jersey.
No, it's just a pop that came out for Upper Deck exclusive. They just celebrated that is wearing number 12.
Yeah. I saw a video about the number 12. Apparently, and a lot of people don't know this, but there's a card set that the card itself doesn't have a lot of great like rookies in it. I want to say it may be a Hoops card from 89 or 90, but the Michael Jordan, it's not even Michael Jordan's card. It's another player's card, but that it's from that game where Michael Jordan wears the number 12.
A Michael Jordan card. Right.
And that card graded is worth like $300 or $400 just because it has Michael Jordan. It's like the only card of him in that number 12 jersey.
Yeah. Interesting.
The same set according to this video I watched just recently for some reason, also has another card in it that's very expensive because it has the Menendez brothers sitting courtside.
Yes. That's crazy. I think I had that card somewhere. I have it. I think.
Really?
I had that card a long time ago. It's kind of funny. They talk about that card.
Funny. All right, number 4, we have Freddie as Yoda, sold for $1,700.
Yep. And it's
only going to Freddie.
It's only going to go up.
This one limited to 450 pieces.
What?
Do they take a 2-party out-of-state bad check?
Who knows?
Number 3, we see this one quite often.
Yep.
This one's selling a lot.
It was actually sold for, I forgot to exit out. It's actually sold for $2,900.
But you see,
limited to 500 pieces.
Thank God there was no Boba Fett like this. But who knows? The San Diego Con might have one. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know who this is. Planet Alea.
Yeah, he's this is the main character. Everybody.
$4,200 for this thing.
Yep.
It's a Toy Tokyo exclusive from New York Comic Con. And at number 1, yes or no, it's going to be LeBron, Golden LeBron. Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
It is not. It is whatever this thing is.
Brooke
from New York Comic Con. I don't know who that is.
Wow.
The blurriness is because someone, whoever sold this thought they were going to be smart and put a watermark on there. So I blurred it out. But on 2 occasions, according to both the site that I use and eBay, I went back and bounced it off eBay on 2 separate occasions from the same seller, I assume. The 14th and the 16th, this thing sold for just under $5,000 twice.
Wow.
Or maybe once. Who knows? Maybe it was a glitch. But it showed up twice on the app that I use to find these things. So I double checked it off of eBay, and it showed up twice as sell on the 14th and a sell on the 15th as well. So
Crazy.
interesting. Yeah, I think AOA. Yep.
A lot of money.
You got that card and get it graded in like a 9 or whatever. It's worth what do you got there? You got that pop?
No, I do not have. I think it's the same character, but it's called Bo Nicky, and it's signed by the voice actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same. But who is that? Is that Freddie Funko?
No,
No, the one that sold. The one that sold.
Oh, the one that sold.
The one that sold. Was that the Freddie Funko as Bone?
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, it just says Brooke.
It says Brooke on there. So I don't know if he transforms into this guy or not. I don't watch the show.
I can't read that. What did that say up the top? Pirate, One Piece, something.
It's One Piece.
Shonen Jump One Piece.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
No, I don't know either. No. All right, let's. I don't know if anybody's been throwing the votes up or not, but we already had one vote for rated R. So if no one else votes, that's the one we're gonna get.
Let's see here.
Go ahead and throw your votes up. Anybody want to show something off real quick while we just wait a couple of seconds for the...
I can open up something unless Styx has some.
I don't have anything to open up this week.
Yeah, go ahead, Don. We'll see if... So for those that may be new to the show, throw your votes in the chat if you either want a rated PG or rated R meme of the week.
So
we are on a 4-week streak of rated R.
There we go, rated R. The rated R Superstore. So I got this today. Another box that came from Hasbro Pulse. Now it's kind of funny. I got this, and I wasn't expecting it. I'm like, I don't even know I ordered it. And it's like, it came, and it's like, I don't know why I got it. But wait, now I know why. Damn, fucking Hasbro. See, I didn't know I was getting this.
You some bitch.
Look. It's bent to the top.
Oh, it's Zertan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at how bent
the top is bent.
Crease too. Oh, yeah, that's a bad crease on the very top.
Man. I didn't even know I got this from them, but look, it all bent up on the corner. Yeah. This is what I wanted. I've been waiting this for a long time for this damn thing.
This is like the 3rd or 4th time in a row that's happened to you through Hasbro. I would stop buying from Hasbro. At least from...
Oh, actually, Hasbro usually, I'm surprised, but this is basically the worst I've ever seen this. This is bad.
Yeah.
All right, so condolences, Dom. Yeah, it's been a while. You've been doing good, man. It's the first time you've had a really... At least it didn't get stolen. All right, so we won't be opening up this one. This is the 4th week in a row we have not seen. At some point, I'm thinking these people are going to get curious, at least as to what is the PG meme of the week. But no, not our demented viewers. They don't care.
We may never know.
Well, they never know, because we're going to get meme of the week, rated R version, as usual. Dom had nothing to do but blame him anyway. Blame Dom.
Yep, blame him.
Send all your hate mail to Dom. He fields them and he throws them in the pile with all his empty cardboard boxes and walks them right down to the box crusher. All right, here we go. I'm rambling. The following meme is probably inappropriate. I read this every week. It also requires at least a slightly dirty mind to get. If you're watching with your wife, pretend like you don't understand. And we will not. I don't think we're going to have to explain this one, but
all right.
Here we go. This one.
Grab your umbrella. This could get messy.
I want to know, because in today's technology, you can make things, right? You can like create clouds. If this was actual, it's just funnier if this was an actual real cloud that someone formed with a jet stream, making it look like it's, yeah. Or if someone actually made this with like their computer, that would be less funny. But I thought this was
that is funny.
Kind of funny. All right, that's it. That's the meme of the week.
Oh boy.
All right, we will wrap this thing up. It has been another fun show. We appreciate everybody for stopping by, watching. If you're watching on the replay, we appreciate you as well. Please continue to support our new show, Get Off My Lawn, or GOMLS, if you leave out the C, which stands for Go Major League Soccer. I don't know. GOLM, I don't know.
Well, anyway.
We appreciate you supporting the Get Off My Lawn collecting show, and we look forward to doing this. We'll do PG next week. All right, that's what Cosmic is promising. I'm not putting a lot of weight in that promise, Cosmic, but we'll see.
He might get outvoted.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, he'll get outvoted. All right. We appreciate the support. We will be back next Friday with a brand new show, brand new topics, brand new sales information, brand new trivia. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but it will be brand new, or at least for us it will be. I don't know. All right. That's all I've got. I am Jedi Johnson 22. As always, take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. I will probably not be on Star Wars again because I still have not read that damn book, and I'm apparently not allowed back on the show until I read it. You may never see
You're
me
gonna be
again.
banned again this week.
You're
They're gonna
banned
ban you
again.
again.
Suspended. You and Pete.
Yeah. I'm suspended until I read this book, and I'm not making a lot of progress on this damn book. All right, Styx, any words of wisdom for us before we depart?
The only thing I'll say is I apologize for my internet connections this week. We'll hopefully be better next week.
Kickstarter, please. Please, guys in the chat. We need a new modem for this gentleman here to his internet. Find some internet service, please.
Yeah. Ko-fi.com/StyxBoy73.
There you go.
There you go. All right, Dom, get us out of here.
Yes, I don't usually promote my own stuff on things, but check out my new Fed Time video I put on Instagram earlier today. It's the first time in a long time. But anyway, everybody, it's been a force be with you. No disintegrations. And what were we going to say, Jedi? What happened?
No, I was talking to my son, my oldest son. He watches this. I don't know if he's not watching today, but he watches the show sometimes. And he gave me a tagline for leaving the show. So I'll give the tagline real quick, and then we'll be out of here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate the fact that you take the time to come by and see us every week. Now, get off our lawn.